Good morning, grade 8s. For today, you're up to learning sequence 6, Shogunate Japan, as part of the Feudal Japan unit. As I scroll down, engage phase, you've got the learning intentions and the success criteria. So again, be clear about what you're learning, why you're learning it, and what you need to do at the end of the lesson in order to be successful. One of the first activities is a good sort of warm-up. It's called an ABC list. You just need to click on the link there and it will come up down the bottom left-hand corner. Essentially, you just need to have all the letters from A to Z. You need to have a word there that is anything to do with Japan or feudal Japan for each letter. So A, Aikido, which is a martial arts; B, Bushido, the way of the warrior; C, cherry blossom, which Japan is famous for. Again, the interactive read aloud, so you need to click on the link here. Again, down in the bottom left hand corner, a PDF document will come up that you can click on, and you need to go and read 8.5, the 3 unifiers of Japan. If you are approaching the standard, you can just read through the text using some sort of immersive reader if you need, by yourself if you need, with a few friends if you need, whatever works best for you. If you're at and above the standard, you can read and then answer questions 1 to 4. If you consider yourself well above the standard, you can answer questions 1 to 8. Moving on, explicit teaching. There's a video by myself just explaining a bit about Shogunate Japan, the power of the shoguns, the decline of the influence of the shogun and the samurai, Western influence coming into Japan, and the modernization of Japan. There's a trailer to a movie here called Silence that just gives you a good idea of how isolated and closed off Japan was during the era of the shoguns. For example, if you moved overseas and tried to come back to Japan, it carried the death penalty. There's a Kahoot quiz, so you just need to click on the link. If you're approaching standard, there's a create your own feudal Japan quiz task. If you're at and above the standard and well above the standard, you need to read through just short pieces of writing again to understand a bit more about the decline of the shogun and the restoration of the Japanese emperor and how Japan opened up to Western influence and started to modernize. If you're at and above the standard, you need to complete a raft task, which is this: just different roles, the audience, and then the format. So the shogun is writing a letter to one of his daimyo about keeping out foreign influence and the thinking behind this. Or a samurai is writing a letter to his son about the principles of Bushido and what does it take to bring dishonor to the family, and what do you do if you bring dishonor. From there, the review task is a top 10 list, so just write down the top 10 things you've learned about feudal Japan, and then again, click on evidence submissions to submit your work, and just submit assignment, choose file, and add your Word document or a photo of your handwritten work. Okay, that's it. Enjoy the lesson and just sing out if there's any questions. Cheers.